So back in 2023, I made a wish list video that has just about been fulfilled. We now have the Comanche in the game, and of course, we have the one pick that I had been looking forward to since then, the T-84 Oplot, more specifically, this variant, the BM Oplot T. And now the Task Force update, Gaijin has fulfilled that, and I'm very much looking forward to this, but is this going to be a worthwhile vehicle to look into? Well, I can't say for certain because this is, after all, the dev server, but I figured we'd take a quick little look-see to see whether or not it might just be worth the time and effort. And with that being said, please keep in mind, this is, after all, the dev server, which means everything I'm going to be talking about is entirely subject to change. And that makes sense too. This vehicle is not complete. The armor is not there at all. The mobility may see an improvement, and the firepower, I think, might be done, although, given that this is a 12.0 MBT, I don't really think it's suitable for that BR, and I'll get more into that a little bit later in this video. Oh, and one more thing is I don't really get to say this that often anymore. Don't forget, I do have a discount link. If you guys want to save money and support me as a creator, you're more than welcome to do so by using the link down below in the description. You save 3%, I get paid. What's not to love? Because let's be honest here, there's a lot of premiums in War Thunder right now, and Gaijin just keeps bringing them in. So let's say the F-18, you want to buy that, you get to save a little bit from it, which is not a whole lot, but guess what? It supports me and other creators alike too if you use their discount links, and you get the decals too. As you can see, it's kind of hiding right there. Yeah, so keep that in mind, would you? So with all that being said, and I know I have a habit of saying that, let's dive into the details of this vehicle in particular. Now, as I said earlier, this is a 12.0 endgame Thailand military, I don't even know how to say it, Thai military MBT. And I wouldn't well imagine this thing is going to be holding back in any way, given that this has a lot of capabilities that I have been yearning for Soviet-style MBTs for a long time. But let's jump right into the modifications for this thing, shall we? It does have, at least to my knowledge, Generation 3 thermal sights for the gunner and the commander. The commander sight doesn't work right now, obviously. A laser warning system, which is very nice. It has a good missile. I don't think this is the actual one, but I'm pretty sure it just might be that. And the BTA-4. And as you can see, sure, it's a very high velocity shell, but 550 millimeters flat pen at 0 degrees at 10 meters, it's not exactly the best. This puts it even below that of the 3BM60. But I think its other capabilities are going to make up for the lack of firepower, especially at this battle rating. So let's jump into the test drive and you'll see what I mean. Well, this thing even had English crew voices. I didn't even notice that, but take a look at this mobility. And we're going to be hanging out for the majority of this video here in the in the test drive, and I do have some clips with my good friend Yadidya that we're going to be using as part of some short form content. If you guys want to check that out on TikTok, same handle, you can't miss it, I promise. But look at this, it goes up to 69 kilometers an hour, which isn't bad, right? It might be more, it might be a little less. 1200 horsepower diesel engine, as you can tell. But here's the thing that really just sets it right for me, okay? Two things, actually. The first one being is that it has neutral steering. Look at that. You can pivot in place. And not only that, you have the ability of going up to 32 kilometers an hour in reverse. Do you know how unusual that is for a vehicle of this caliber? I mean, this is pretty much a T80, more or less. It's just a very souped up one at that too. But man, this is absolutely unheard of, and it does put it on par with that of most modern NATO tanks, which is why I think we're going to be getting the 120 variant at some point in the near future. But at least, as you can see, the mobility is really nice on this thing. But there is one thing about this vehicle in particular that I do not like. Sure, the horizontal guidance speed is pretty good. It's around 30 degrees. I think it can go up to 40 last I read, though I could be entirely wrong. But the vertical guidance is where things get a little rough. It's 3 degrees max. And from the sources I've been reading into lately, from Army Recognition, Wikipedia, etc., 3 degrees is the minimum. And I would well imagine it's going to be the maximum too. But this is one of the things that kind of sets this vehicle apart from other MBTs when it comes to being a true 12.0, because man, you have the Leopards, you have the T90s, the T80s, the T72s at top tier that have their 30, 40 degrees of vertical targeting. This is going to be a huge detriment, even more so when you have the same weaknesses as you'll find with other Russian-style MBTs, which is a severe lack of gun depression. -4 degrees, and I think it's what, plus, I can't even show you here. It's like plus 20 or something, maybe less than that for this. Yeah, roughly. Ooh, this is gonna make things very interesting, but on the bright side, you do have access to some pretty damn good sights. I mean, this is nice. Now, when it comes to firepower, it is going to be on par. Again, even though I've been kind of knocking it a little bit, it's going to be on par with a lot of most modern MBTs for the most part. Upper front plates, the T90s, T80s, etc. It's still going to struggle just a little bit, but the lower front plate, assuming I can hit it, for some reason I just cannot seem to do it, and let's try right here, it should be the same as pretty much everywhere else. There we go. 6.5 seconds of reload. Apparently, from what I've read, it can actually go down as low as, what, 3.8 seconds for reload, which was not going to happen. I can tell you that right now. But currently, 6.5 seconds with terrible gun handling is kind of a detriment in my honest opinion. But let's jump over back into the hangar so that I can show you guys its armor values and what I expect it to be when it drops in the near future. Now, here's where things get a little bit tricky. Most of the armor values on this vehicle IRL are still relatively unknown and classified, which means we don't really have a big number to play off. Although, I will say this, and please take it again with a grain of salt, seeing that this vehicle was mostly developed as an advancement program from the T80UDs during the 90s and 2000s, of course, I would well imagine the protection values are going to be similar to that of the T80UD that we have currently in game, which is pretty much the same armor as you'll find on the BVM. I know that's kind of debated, but let's be honest here, the T80UD is a hard vehicle to crack open anyways, but it makes up for a lot of those shortcomings in the top tier environment by having 3rd generation ERA, more specifically being the Relict. Now, of course, this doesn't have Relict. We already know that, but I can't tell you that because I just don't know, as you can see right here. But it does have something called Duplet, which is 3rd generation, which means it should put it on par with that of Relict, and even some numbers have been saying it should be a little bit superior to it, which kind of means a lot, to be honest, which means we may have armor protection up to, I would say, 200 to 300 millimeters of kinetic protection, assuming the plate is there. And even DM53 right now has a hard time going through the UFP of most modern T80s, at least in the game. And the turret should be pretty much on par with that of, say, the T90. It's a welded turret, not a cast turret, which means it should be a little bit better protected. That really remains to be seen because, let's be honest here, a lot of you guys, including myself, like to shoot at the center of the vehicle anyways. Now, I don't know how true this is when it comes to its passive and more aggressive protection, such as the, it's not Stora, this is called, there's a name for it right here, the Varta, which is a, just a dazzler, pretty much, which in truth at top tier is not going to matter too much anyways, I think. Maybe against ADAT, sure, but at night, you want to turn these off. But there is one more addition that I'm just not seeing right here, and I don't think it is here, but if it is, it's going to make things that much more interesting, and that is the, if I'm reading it right, the Zoslin Active Protection System. It's a hard kill system, much like you would find with the T-72B3M. Excuse me, the Russian B3A. I just got to double check that. It's been a minute here. Yeah, they changed it from M to A, hence the confusion. Although I'm not seeing anywhere where the launchers might be at. Sure, they're smoking everything, but I don't think it's going to actually have it. But let's talk more about the firepower on this thing, and that's where things are going to get very, very interesting, of course. Again, 550 millimeters of penetration. This is worse off than KEW, with most shells firing MA2982, DM53. Hell, even the Chinese DTC 10125 is still superior to this, at least in most areas. Velocity is where things are going to matter. Though, here's the thing, and this is my logic. If you are playing at top tier, I don't think it really matters too much what type of shell you're using. It matters more where you put the shell. You're still going to be aiming for driver's ports. If you're firing against Leopard 2A5s, 2A6s, you're going to be aiming at the upper front plate anyways, which this has more than enough power to deal with it. And if you're shooting at an Abrams, you just got to aim for the hole, pretty much. Yeah, that thing is pretty much dead. But tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys a fun moment I had with my good friend Yadidya here, where we were just kind of messing around with these vehicles. And you guys tell me what you think about it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Sorry, I had a small head start. Ah, I'm beating an Abrams in the T-84. Wait a minute. Wait. No.
Look what I can do.
Look what I can do too.
Oh,
wait. Look what I can now do. Hold up. You ready?
Neutral steering.
Yes. Oh. That's beautiful.
I remember how I trolled you with that always. Oh, Russia,
Yeah.
look what you can't do, what I can do.
But I'm not Russian. I'm Japanese. Nani?
You're Ukrainian. Hold on, is
Close
the armor
enough.
already modeled?
Ah! I take that as a
What the
no.
hell was that? And that was heat.
You know what?
Of course, you aim properly.
Barely. My gun's all messed up. Nice fire effect, though.
What the hell? Where did he hit me?
Shot
And I
you
hit
in
you
the
with
neck.
heat, by the way.
Yeah,
I hit you with heat
yeah.
FS, by the way.
The armor is not done at all in this. Look at my vertical targeting, by the way.
Pathetic.
Shut up! Oh, hi. I know what you're doing. I got laser warning. Do it. Do it. Oh God, there's so many hellfires.
I see your neck coming up.
Yep.
How many was that, actually?
Yes.
I think that was 8 plus 6. Oh, 14, yeah.
Well, there you have it. I understand that this was kind of a long video, and I do thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to this, as I feel like I'm the only qualified person really to talk about this in detail, given that this entire channel is based off top tier content. Okay, top tier in the game, not top tier content. I'll leave that to COD Mindman. The man is brilliant with what he does. Seriously, if you don't know him, you've been living under a damn rock. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I look forward to bringing this out as my day one release. And oof, I am super excited for it. But yeah, I will see you not only in the next video or even the streams, but most certainly in the next major update that is Tusk Force. That is such a weird name. I don't like it. Yeah, I'll see you next time.